Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to Disney Mirrorverse. We're finally getting around to a new update, so we're going to talk about the latest update that has recently come out in the game, as well as a tier list that I've been working on with some people over the last several weeks. Been trying to get this video out. Finally, we're going to be doing it, so we got a lot to go into. But first, before we do, if you're just now finding this channel and you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. It is life just, takes over, and you can't help but kind of just write it out and see what happens. So it's been a while. So I did do an update on this a little bit ago. We got a September update now to take a look at. Lots of cool things. As you can see, look at that. We got Maui, we got Ursula, we got Ariel. Lots of cool stuff going on in the game right now. Also, earlier part of last month, I was working with a couple people on a tier list, and I've been out of the game for a little while, but they've really been in it. They've been putting a lot of hard work into it and really figuring out some of these characters. So worked with them on coming up with a tier list. So I want to thank Jones117 and Diggs Martin for all of their help. Diggs put this awesome graphics together, so we're going to take a look at that. And also with his feedback, as well as Jones. They're the ones who pretty much came up with this list, and I think it's awesome. And we're going to go into it here in just a little bit. But first, before we do, again, all my links to all my social media are in the description of every video. Definitely check us out. I'm working on getting a Mirrorverse Discord set up, but go ahead and check us out on Discord. There is a general section there as well. We will eventually be adding a Mirrorverse one there also, so definitely check that out. So let's go ahead. We're going to jump on over into the patch notes, the latest patch notes that had come out. Go over that. Then we're going to go ahead and take a look at the game, because I have to tell you, this game is absolutely turning out awesome. The graphics, the artwork, everything in here, the UI, absolutely beautiful, and I can't wait to show you. So let's go ahead and take a look at the patch notes. All right, so here we are on the official Reddit page for Disney Mirrorverse. If you want to take a look at all the patch notes and everything that came before it, just take a look at this. Scroll down on the right-hand side and you'll see this, patch notes. Click on that and you will come to this screen right here. As you can see, this was put out 21 days ago. This was put out a little bit early, the week before these changes went into effect. And then we do have one minor one that came out just a little bit ago as well, just some minor tweaks and stuff. But let's focus on this one right here. We do have a new quest line coming out, which sounds really cool. Darkest Depths quest. This is something that's coming starting September 22nd, so just a few days ago. It is in the game. I have not jumped into this just yet, but that's the newest quest that we see there. Also, if you take a look at this graphic right here, so they have a new counter UI. So basically what it was, when an enemy was going to attack, your skill button there for your character, whether it was support or defense or ranged or whatever matched that, you could counter it by clicking the attack button for that character. Challenge with that is sometimes you'd go to attack, someone would then attack, and you got an opportunity to counter, and you'd accidentally counter using your magic rather than using your attack. So then you're using unintended magic, and the magic in the game is really your resource and something you want to carefully manage to get you through the battles. So what they did is they moved that over to the right, which I think is awesome. You'll see, because I'm going to show you a battle. We're going to jump into a battle just to kind of show you how everything's looking. But they moved that over to the far right. Much better, much easier to say, all right, what do I want to do? Do I want to attack? Do I want to counter? What is it? So it works out very, very well. It's just really intuitive. Also, one other thing that they did as well, dodging right here. So dodging, before you'd click on somewhere on the screen to move your team. Problem with that is sometimes you'd click on another enemy or something like that. It was just a little clunky. Now though, in game, you just swipe. You just swipe back. I think you can swipe either way. I don't know, but I typically swipe to the left. So and it moves them out of that telegraph on the ground, because you can always see the telegraphs on the ground when they're getting ready to do their attack, and where the perfect counter is and everything like that. So again, that's something that you'll see. Also, counters have a flat cost of 2 mana for all guardians now. It's nice to see something consistent there, and we know exactly how much that counter is going to cost. And then there was a balance to Oogie Boogie right here. The uncommon talent, two-headed coin, now scales when ranked from 100 to 200% damage. And then you have some improvements here. The mail screen has been updated. The story crystal and store artwork has been updated. We're going to take a look at that. It looks absolutely beautiful. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to jump back over into the game. And then I'm going to show you kind of what all this looks like. It's really cool. All right, so here we are. So let's just take a stroll around here. One thing that I really want to point out, we have some new characters that entered the game. Again, Maui, Ursula, and Ariel. So let's just take a look at their character models really quick. Look at that guy. He's all nice, and I feel like I need to wear like shades or something looking at this guy. He's very nice. He's very bright. He's got all this yellow, if you like yellow. But hey, there you go. There's Maui looking all cool. There we go. Look at that. Again, artwork and everything is awesome. I really do like their interpretations and what they're doing here. All right, next, let's take a look over at Ursula right here. Look at her. She's huge. She's like larger than life. Very cool. That shell on her back with the lighting. I mean, they really do an amazing job here. You can actually see through her down there. Also, you can see the inside tentacles and the lights. It's so cool. It's very, very cool. And then we got Ariel. And she's looking all glowy right there. She's got her staff or spear, harpoon, whatever it is. Doesn't look like a trident, but she's looking pretty cool as well. I wonder what her movement is like. These are brand new, haven't been unlocked, so I wonder what her movement is like in battle. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at another character. Something else I thought was really cool. I'm going to go over to Sully here. And let's take a look at the equipment. They updated this. This looks very cool. I like the way that this looks. It's easier to read. Yeah, when you click on a button, it's not you're not accidentally clicking on another button. Everything was so small before. So what they did here, making things bigger and easier to use and easier to see, easier to compare, I thought it was absolutely awesome. So they did a great job here. So that's looking great. Let's go out. Let's go out here and take a look at the store. I do like what they did with the store before. It was just sliding back and forth. Now you got these tabs in here that you can click on. Everything's looking really cool in here. Look at that. Nice, easily maneuverable. So I like that as well. So if we go back out here, and they said the story artwork and things like that, right? There we go. All right, skip that. So let's go ahead and let's jump into battle. Show you what that looks like. But this has changed a little bit too. Where these keys are, those were locked by, depending on needing a ranged or needing a support or something like that. So this right here, you needed a melee previously to go through that. Now it looks like you need a key in order to get through it. We're going to continue up here. Let's go. A little bit slow right now. Here we go. This all pretty much looks the same. You can see your team buffs and things like that. And this portal, you'll see when the portal comes up that they come through. If you guys remember, does anybody remember that sci-fi show? Look at that. That sci-fi show Sliders with, what was it? McConnell. Something McConnell. Oh, I can't remember his name right now. But that portal reminds me of that Sliders portal. All right, so here we go. You're going to see the counter coming up here on the right-hand side. Oh, got rid of them before we could do. See that counter right there? Click on that. In that center, that darkened ring, that gives you that perfect counter. But it's nice to see that. I'll swipe to the left here. I'm going to try and swipe to the right. Yep, swiping to the right works as well. Let's go ahead and do an attack here. Merritt is going to do some massive damage. There we go. Oh, let's move out of that. See, it's much nicer than tapping. The swiping and everything, it just comes more naturally. This animation here looks much better as well when you defeat a boss. Very cool, very crisp, very beautiful. Looking very good, people. I'm excited, can you tell? So that was that battle there, and some of the updates to the UI. So everything's looking really cool, very sleek. I love the artwork, the graphics, the UI changes and everything are definitely evolving very, very well. They're very cool. I don't know what else to say there. They were very cool. So exciting stuff happening. If you want to kind of see what this game looked like before all this, I've got some other videos on my channel. Definitely take a look at that. You can kind of see the evolution of this game and what's been happening since it started in beta several months ago now, actually. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to jump on over and take a look at the tier list and go through that and see kind of where we put everybody. This is probably 4 or 5 weeks ago that this was put together. So again, if there's any changes or anything, my intent is to continue to update this. And now I have a little bit more time. Things aren't as erratic, so I'm definitely going to be jumping more into this game so I can test a bunch of this stuff as well. But let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. So this is the tier list. Again, Diggs Martin put this together, did a fantastic job. We got C, B, A, and S. And the way that these works, the backgrounds and everything are an indication of what that character is. So the yellow is range, the green is support, the blue is defense, and your red is your melee. So pretty similar, pretty standard across these types of games, gotcha games, hero collector type games, things like that. So where we kind of have everybody, this is where it is right now. This obviously does not have Ursula, Ariel, or Maui on it just yet, since they are brand new. Definitely need some time to test and unlock those characters. So we got Mulan and Baymax down there in the C tier. I was really excited about Mulan when she first came out, and she's got some AoE damage and stuff, but just when you compare her, when you compare Baymax to other melee and other defense characters, other tanks, they just fall a little bit flat. B tier. Now, Buzz used to be really, really good, but he got surpassed. There's been some tweaks and some balance changes that have happened over the last couple months. So brought him down into the B tier a little bit. Now, we got Minnie and you got Rapunzel there. Do some okay damage. You have Ian and then you have Sully there. I still like Sully. Sully's pretty cool, but I can see kind of with the other tanks in the game, especially with Genie there, having really the only taunt. It's called Lure in the game. Having really the only taunt really kind of skyrockets him to the top there. And then you have Oogie Boogie there in the A tier when it comes to your tank. So in A tier, you got Goofy, you got Scar. Scar does some excellent damage. You have Belle there. Belle has a heal over time. She's a heal over time type healer. And then you have Oogie Boogie there, which I would kind of classify Oogie Boogie as more of an offensive tank. But he does very well as well. And then in our S tier, you have Maleficent and Merida. You have Judy Hopps. Those are the 3 support up there. You have Jack Sparrow and Scrooge McDuck up there as support. And then you have, obviously, we were talking about just a little bit earlier, you got Genie up there as the tank. And so when this was coming out and I was working with Jones and with Diggs on this, getting their feedback, they've done a lot of testing here. And so I dove into this because I wasn't sure. I hadn't played a lot of these characters. I'm really very casual when it comes to this game right now, and typically am when it comes to beta games. But as I was kind of working through this list and using these different characters and comparing them and notes and things like that, definitely they were spot on. I didn't really have any doubts, but I needed to get some of my own experience, right, with this tier list. So that is where we fell. So again, Diggs Martin, thank you very much for putting this together. It's fantastic. It looks awesome. Hopefully we can continue to work and keep this updated. I'd like to see if we can get the 3 newest characters. By the time this game hits global, it'd be very cool to have a completely finished and updated tier list to go ahead and get out there for everybody who starts this game on global. And then Jones 117. Fantastic feedback and everything from him. He's been great to talk to and work with, and just kind of pick his brain a little bit about, why they pick these different characters and things like that. And again, spot on. So here's your tier list. Your S tier, A, B, and C. Probably we'll see this evolve as we go forward. Definitely, again, like I said, want to update it. But now, you know what? I'm repeating myself and I'm rambling on. That's what I had for you, everybody. The newest update to Disney Mirrorverse. Very cool stuff. Exciting stuff happening. And to my knowledge, the very first tier list for this game as well. So another shout out to Diggs Martin and Jones 117 for the help with that. All right, everybody. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.